Question 27. A charity collection was made. Information about the amounts given by men is shown on the table. What's been quite nice here is that it's actually shown us that we're going to have to look for a midpoint of these grouped values. And we know what the frequency is and the total. The mean amount given by women was £6.30 per person. Compare the mean amounts given by men and women. This also tells us we're going to have to work out what the mean value is from the table. But don't forget, the actual question is asking you to compare the values, so you need to do that before the end of the question. Now, a midpoint is given as the value that lies between the beginning and the end of each group. So between 0 and 5, this would be 2.5. Between 5 and 10, 7.5. And between 10 and 15, this is 12.5. To help us find out the mean, we need to know, as a rough estimate, how much there was altogether in each group. So if 11 men gave a midpoint of 2.5 or £2.50 in this case, what we do is we multiply 11 by 2.5. You do the same thing for every column, so we have 7 multiplied by 7.5 and 2 multiplied by 12.5. Any that you can't do just by looking at them, you go across to your calculator. 7 multiplied by 7.5 means that the middle group here made a total of 52.5, and for the first group, 11 multiplied by 2.5 means 27.5. Altogether, if you add these values together, we would have the total that the men raised. Now, this is just going to be an estimate. You can only ever estimate from grouped frequency tables like this. But if we put these values together, add 25, we see that the men raised a total of £105. But this doesn't tell us what the mean is yet. What we have to look at is the fact that there were 20 men altogether. So for the men, to calculate the mean, we take that £105 that was in total and divide it by the 20 men that donated. 105 divided by 20 would give a mean value of £5. £5.25. Now that's all good and well at this stage. We were asked to compare the two values. So the women had a mean amount of £6.30. So to comment on and compare these two values, you would have to say that using the estimate, so the estimated mean, mean being if they all gave the same amount, so it says that men gave less per person. Gave less money per person compared to women. So how much more, just in case we wanted to give a little bit more information, here it was like a £1.05 difference. So there's a £1.05 difference between the two. With the calculations for mean here and a comparison at the bottom which makes reference to these values, that should be enough for 4 marks.